Welcome back, everyone. Time for us to go behind the headlines. And as you probably are aware, today is the 50th anniversary of the assassination of John F. Kennedy at Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas. And I wanted to take this time to go behind that headline to give you a look at the president and his use of cannabis. We often report on the fact that Bill Clinton and George W. Bush and Barack Obama have all admitted to smoking pot, but the other 20th century president that we know smoked pot in his lifetime was John F. Kennedy. We get this from a book called John F. Kennedy, a biography that was written by Michael O'Brien. And it describes an affair that JFK had with Mary Pinchot Meyers, who was the former wife of CIA agent Cord Meyer and the sister of Washington Post editor Ben Bradley's wife, Tony. So she had connections with the Washington Post. She had a former CIA connection and so on. In the book, it writes, quote, "On the evening of July 16th, 1962, according to Washington Post executive Jim Truitt, Kennedy and Mary Meyers smoked marijuana together. The White House was hosting a conference on narcotics in 2 months, and Kennedy joked about it to Mary. Truitt claimed he himself provided Mary with the pot. The president smoked 3 of the 6 joints Mary brought to him. At first he felt no effects, then he closed his eyes and refused a 4th joint. 'Suppose the Russians did something now,' he said." Kennedy allegedly told Mary that the pot isn't like cocaine and informed her that he would get her some cocaine. End quote. So we got Kennedy having his numerous affairs in the White House, using pot, suggesting that he uses cocaine. And then there's this suggestion of the use of LSD. And this was, as I started digging into this, I found this quite fascinating, is that Mary Pinchot Meyers, she had a biography was written of her by Nina Burley in a book called A Very Private Woman. And apparently after she got divorced from Cord Meyer, she became a well-bred ingenue, looking for fun and getting into trouble. Mary was bad, according to the writing here. And apparently she visited John F. Kennedy at the White House first in October of 61, and their relationship became an affair, became intimate. And Mary Pinchot Meyers told the Truitts that she'd been keeping a diary. So, according to this biography, Meyer and Kennedy reportedly had about 30 trysts, and the claim is that she brought marijuana or LSD to almost all of these meetings. According to Timothy Leary, you know Timothy Leary, the tune-in, turn-on, drop-out guy, the LSD guru, Timothy Leary later claimed that Pinchot Meyers was influencing Kennedy's views on nuclear disarmament and rapprochement with Cuba. And in an interview with Nina Burley, Kennedy aide Meyer Feldman said, "I think he might have thought more of her than some of the other women and discussed things that were on his mind, not just social gossip. Mary might actually have been a force for peace during some of the most frightening years of the Cold War." Now, in '83, Timothy Leary put out a book that claimed that Mary Pinchot Meyers was terrified after the Kennedy assassination, saying that they couldn't control him anymore. This was Leary's biography, Flashbacks, saying that Meyer called him, saying after the assassination, she was sobbing and saying, quote, "They couldn't control him anymore. He was changing too fast. They've covered everything up. I gotta come see you. I'm afraid. Be careful." End quote. And apparently, Pinchot Meyers' plan, according to Leary, was that she was going to supply LSD to Kennedy and other high-ranking members of Washington society and politics to open their minds and get them to realize that the detente of the Cold War was ridiculous and that they needed to, seek out methods of peace. So this leads Timothy Leary to believe that she was killed due to her diarying of her trysts with Kennedy, the use of pot and LSD and so forth. On October 12th, 1964, she had finished doing a painting, and then took a walk down the road in Georgetown. A mechanic heard a woman cry out, "Someone help me, someone help me," heard 2 gunshots, ran and saw a black man in a light jacket, dark slacks, and a dark cap standing over the body of a white woman. Minutes later, a disheveled African-American man named Raymond Crump was arrested near the murder scene. No gun was ever found. No gun was ever linked to Crump as far as the gun that was used to murder Mary Pinchot Meyers, and he was acquitted of all charges on July 29th, 1965. The murder of Mary Pinchot Meyers remains unsolved. Interesting to think about. President Kennedy may have been taking LSD to figure out why we need to seek peace in America. But maybe we'll never know. No definitive proof. Timothy Leary's dead now. Most everybody involved is dead now. Do you think JFK did LSD? Something to think about. We'll be right back.
Oh, have you ever met that funny reefer man? A reefer man. Have you ever met that funny reefer man? A reefer man. If he said he swam to China, he would sell you